But if 2% of housing in America is accessible, what happens? Right?
Is that what it is? Is that the number 2%? Wow.
2% of housing units in America are accessible.
Can you define for the listeners accessible? What's the definition of that?
Great question. So accessible house is every doorway and entryway in your home is at least 36 inches wide. That's one. Two, there's no level change between any room in the home. So there's no sunken den. There's no steps to to your front door. There's no steps into the garage or even to the back patio. And then the last is, do you have a full bedroom and a full bathroom on your main floor?
I see. And those modifications are paid by Medicaid? I didn't know that.
Oh man, there's a bunch of funding sources for it. So
I did not know that. Didn't know that. Then why isn't everybody over 85 having modifications done right now in their home? Why aren't there?
I get excited because the answer is it's happening, but it's not happening in the way you would think. So I'll put it in two stories at the same time. So the 1930s, you had the Great Depression. 30 years later, those people are aging. While at the same time, we're also in the war of Vietnam.
Yeah.
So you had a bunch of public services come on to bear. So 1968, you have Medicare. 1969, you have Medicaid that becomes funded.
Okay.
3 years before, they had what's called the Older Adults Act of America of 1965, which puts these senior units called area agencies on aging around the country that says we'll help these seniors get services. The one service you primarily know is Meals on Wheels, right? But home modifications were actually in that same act.
Didn't know that.
That act is based on the GI Bill of the 1940s.
So
when veterans came back from World War II, had permanent disability, needed modifications while they're having that's how it first got started. However, it's a very private conversation. It's a very private conversation. Folks aren't talking about their wheelchair and folks aren't talking about their bathroom modifications. It's happening in a very small, realm. Fast forward 100 years or 80 years, wherever it is now, homeowners 65 years and over are actually spending the most amount of money on home improvement projects in America. Just that category.
My own mother is 80. Mm-hmm. They just redid their bathroom specifically so that it didn't have, it was like a walk-in shower with no lip or no step or whatever. And then it had the seat where she could sit down. Like they specifically had it remodeled for her age and how she gets around. Are you telling me that could have been covered by insurance?
Or state municipalities? There's a bunch of funding sources for it.
I bet she didn't know that. I bet she had no idea. They just paid for it. I bet she had no idea.
We've been on calls with health plans who didn't even know they could cover it.
Wow.
That's how much of a gap we're talking about in knowledge. Not just,
totally.
Your mom or my mom or our family members, there are health plans who are like, wait, this is, because not just Medicaid, Medicare Advantage Part C, private insurance now covers it. And they didn't even know they had the benefit because it's as new as 2 years ago. So we're probably talking about eligible populations for about 73 million people today.